Good evening. I want to welcome you to Joyful Gathering Spiritual Center. This is our Saturday night live Facebook service, since we cannot do Sunday services at the moment. Soon, very soon. But my name is Reverend Margaret Palagye, and I am always happy that you join me here on Facebook Live and YouTube. We got two cameras going here. So I just want to tell you that we have this fabulous website, joyfulgathering.org. On that website is a whole bunch of information about our Wednesday night healing service, which is fantastic. We have a 20-minute meditation. We have a group prayer with our ministers and practitioners that's open to everyone to join us and just experience that touchstone in the middle of the week on a Wednesday. And then we have a little chat. It's really wonderful. We have a new class that's beginning based on the Wallace Wattles book, Science of Getting Rich, with Dana Smith, and it's going to be fabulous. More about that as soon as we get more information on it. But it's coming soon. It looks like it's coming in March. All right. So, as I said, we have lots of things on our website. But right now, tonight, we're going to start the service the way we always do, with that breath of life. So join me, will you? And just take a nice deep breath. Oh, and exhale anything that no longer serves. Ugh, yucky stuff. Get it out. And breathe in the light of God. And exhale, letting that light just filter out. And so this evening, the title of the talk is Finding Our Place. So I have a short talk, and I have a really nice, I think, nice meditation at the end, just to seal it into place. And that's what we're doing, finding our place. We're going to look at the idea of the circle of life. The circle, the cycle, that is this thing called life. It's a continuum, a continuous series of beginnings, of endings, of hellos and goodbyes, of openings and closings, of life and death. I mean, this is the circle of life. And there's something very important to know about this circle. It is not static. The universe is not static, okay? It's always moving, pure energy. It is continuously coming back upon itself and forming this endless flow of spiraling upward into infinite, limitless possibilities and potential, ever transcending, ever growing. And that is what we are all a part of. We're all made out of this energetic stuff, this God stuff, this divine stuff, this energy stuff. And so within us then is limitless good, limitless good. And Ernest Holmes wrote this. Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science, wrote this in Science of Mind book. The spiral of life is upward, eternal and progressive. Expansion is its law, and there are no breaks in this continuity. So tonight we're going to explore the upward spiral of life, our life, our life. One line in a song from The Lion King. This is from The Lion King, which is, we're going to use a little bit of this movie and play this evening to bring the point home with us. And this is directly inspired by our specific focus tonight. And the line is, when we find our place on the path unwinding, when we find our place. So this line inspired me for two reasons. The first is it's pretty obvious. There is a need, a deep longing within each and every one of us to find our perfect place in the world. Where do I fit in? What is my purpose here on life? And we all have one. And that's really important for us to know. We all have a purpose. And so I know for myself then, it's the personal quest of stepping out and trusting that the universe always supports me no matter what is going on. And the beauty is when you do things like this in faith, like stepping out into looks like the unknown, it is amazing the incredible events and the way the universe supports us. It is absolutely amazing, and it works. This is a science, a philosophy, a spirituality, and a religion. It's all of that mixed into one. And trusting that the universe is always supporting our beautiful spiritual center, Joyful Gathering Spiritual Center, which it has done in amazing ways over the last, we're going into our 11th year. Even went through that year of a pandemic and came out even brighter and glowing even more so. So we have so much more that's going on, and we can't wait to reopen again and show you what we got, because we have a lot. So we have a purpose here. That community is a divine purpose, and I know that each and every one of us has that purpose. Now, I didn't find that specific purpose until I was 60 years old. So it doesn't make any difference how old you are. Do not let that be a factor, because it is a moot point, and it's something that your mind is telling yourself. It's not the truth. It absolutely isn't. But for many of us, it can be a struggle. I know it was for a while for me years ago. Like, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? Well, there's always one. So keep steady on your focus, on your intention. So for many of us, it can be a struggle or a challenge to find our perfect place, our reason for being here, our divine purpose. But I have a great affirmation that I'd like to share with you. It is this: I am capable of finding my perfect place in this world with ease and grace. I am capable of finding my perfect place in this world with ease and with grace. It's a great affirmation, and it works, because the law always responds. So let me tell you, my friends, great power and great peace comes when we find our place in the circle of life, when we really know one foot in front of the other, we're moving in the direction of where we are being called to go to. And when we do that, we spend little time. We spend little time in that doubt, in that not knowing, because when we move in the direction of our dreams, all things are made clear. Divine guidance is available, perfect order. These are universal laws that are there for us to use, just like electricity. You're probably all familiar with the story of The Lion King. You either saw the movie or you might have seen it in the theater. Great play. The young lion, Simba, loses his place because of some very tragic events. He leaves his home and his family, and he forgets that he is the rightful king of Pride Rock. He wanders for quite a long time, having some interesting and even fun events take place, but not fulfilling his life's purpose. It took Rafiki, a wise old baboon, to remind him first who he is, and second, of his place. As I said, Simba, our hero, forgot who he was for some time. It took him a while. And it wasn't until he remembered who he was that he could take his proper place. And who was he? He was the son of a king, an heir to the kingdom. So for us, you know that we are all heir to the kingdom of good by our very birthright, by our very existence. So our first step then is finding our path to remember who we are. And here it is in a nutshell, okay? Here it is in a nutshell. You are the face of God. Hear that. You are a perfect expression of the divine. That's who you are. That's who you are. For some reason unknown to me and most other people, when we came into this life, we developed this amnesia and we forgot all of that information. And the people around us all have amnesia too. So we're all forgetting that we are children of the divine, heir to that kingdom of good. And that's the absolute truth. Remember, these are Holmes's words. Eternal and progressive expansion is the law, and there are no breaks in its continuity. But for some of us who joined this planet 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago, we might have to make this discovery for ourselves, and we need to be reminded regularly. That's why I'm here. That's why we have a spiritual community, to remind us, to remind all of us how we are so powerful creators of our life, how we can choose to create the life that we really want to experience. Remembering back to Simba, remembering who he was the first thing that Simba needed to do. He had to do that. Then he needed to be reminded of his rightful place, like us. Now for him it was pretty easy. He was born to be king. He was born to rule over Pride Rock. If you weren't born into royalty, remember your place might not be so easy to find. But here's a spiritual truth, okay? Spiritual truth. Every one of you has a perfect place, which is special and unique unto you. Only you can show up on this planet Earth as you. You cannot show up as anyone else. We often let this whole idea of purpose be daunting to us. We think that there needs to be some divine revelation, some huge explosion of information, a burning bush revelation. Or we believe that it's going to be delivered by some event outside of ourselves, not realizing that most events we create. So we have it all backward. It is an inside job. It will always be an inside job. And it's inside of us, our purpose is inside of us to discover and reveal to ourselves, because we forgot when we incarnated why we were here. And when we remember, it is the most incredible gift that we could possibly give to ourselves, of finding our perfect place and doing what we love to do. So many of us have that backwards. And I love this by Neil Donald Walsh in The Secret when he was in that movie. He said this, he said, we often think that there's this big blackboard in the sky, and written on it is the statement, Neil Donald Walsh came into this life, and the answer is written there. Well, when we got here, there was no big blackboard in the sky with our names on it and what we were to do. We had to figure it out for ourselves, right? We all did this. We had to figure it out for ourselves. So that's not how life works. Your purpose, your place on your path is what you say it is. This is so cool, and it's so easy. The spiritual truth is always easy. My purpose in life is what I say it is. That's a great affirmation right there. My purpose in life is what I say it is. We can create our lives. We can. I know this to be true, absolutely. Ernest Holmes wrote this: if we know God, we must penetrate deeply into our own nature, for here alone can we find God. If we were to reveal this divinity to our fellow travelers on this path unwinding, we must do so by living such a godlike life. That divine essence flows through us to others. The only way to know God is to be like God, to live with our divine essence. The only way to know God is to be like God. And while this may seem discouraging in our present state of evolution, and he wasn't talking about 2021, he was talking about like 1936. So the human race has always been in some kind of chaos. That is the way life is, and this is what we learn from it. But anyway, we should remember that, this is still Holmes, we should remember that we have but started on an eternal ladder. I love this. Whichever spirals upward, an eternal ladder. Isn't that a great visual? That we are always climbing this beautiful ladder into the light of the divine. This is spiritual truth here. So do not be discouraged, my friends, if you don't know at this particular point what your purpose is. You have one. Just believe that, and it will unfold right in front of you. You have all the time you need. We have this whole day. I wake up in the morning and this is a brand new day, a brand new way of living life, a brand new place to begin, because you always have to begin right where you are, right with what you have. There's no place else. So let us, right now, I want us to anchor this talk into place, into this circle of life with a meditation, okay? If you would join me in a nice little meditation. I don't have music, but I have me. That's all I got. So let's take a breath together again. Put your feet firmly on the ground. Feel your connection to the earth. Feel that you are on solid ground, solid as a rock. And you close your eyes and visualize yourself as a mountain sitting firmly on the earth. We are made from the same atoms, from the same elements as the earth. We belong here. You belong here. Each one of you. Consider that your feet planted on the ground this moment are your feet planted in your perfect place on the path of life. As you sit up straight, imagine the energy of the heavens moving into and through the top of your head, down through your body, and out through the bottom of your feet. Imagine the energy of the earth coming up from the bottom of your feet, traveling up your spine, and out the top of your head. For you are part of the flow of energy, universal energy. Uni means one. Verse means song. One song. One vibration. One vibration in life itself. We are each a note. And when we come together in harmony, there is such a beautiful vibration. Now begin to notice your breathing. Notice that your chest and abdomen are rising and falling. Visualize the air coming into your lungs, being carried to the heart, and flowing through the bloodstream to every cell of the billions of cells that make up your body. Feeding, nurturing, loving each cell like a caring mother, like she would love her child. Now visualize the breath going out, carrying away anything that feels like an impurity, that is a block that is holding us back. We know that the trees and the green plants breathe in what we breathe out. In turn, cleansing and exhaling it so that we may continue to breathe in the breath of life. Without the trees and plants, we would use up all the supply of oxygen. We are in an intimate circle of life with all of nature. The trees, the flowers are our brothers and sisters. They are family, and they care for us. Likewise, the rain that nurtures the plants and flowers is also our family. Our physical bodies are made up of over 90% water. The rain literally flows through our bloodstreams. We are the rain. And the rain is us. We are inseparable. Breathe that in. And likewise with the sun. It is through the energy of the sun that the green plants are able to create the food that gives us life, that feeds our energy. The energy of the sun flows within us. So the rain and the sun too are our brothers and sisters. Without the great sun itself, nothing could sustain this universe. It is in perfect order. Each star, planet, galaxy is related to the next. There is nothing to separate this circle of all that is. Nothing. This entire web of the universe that holds everything in balance. So we are connected to and supported by the most distant stars. This is so beautiful. Did I take another breath? We come together in this moment, this very moment, recognizing our connection in the circle of life. And in this moment of deep connection, know that your perfect place is this in the circle, reveals itself easily and gently. It is your perfect place on earth, on this path that is unwinding continuously, knowing that as you put your feet on the earth, on this path, that you are fully accepted and loved exactly as you are. Exactly as you are, by the universe, by the Creator, by God itself. You are loved. And in turn, accept and love yourself just as you are right now, knowing that your life continues to unfold, to be renewed, just like the sun, just like the earth, just like the flowers, just like the 4 seasons that we have up here in the Northeast. So allow yourself right now to feel the power and the peace that rise up within you as you open and are receptive to the space inside you that is connected to all life. There is no separation whatsoever. Truly, in the divine realm, there is no separation. Realize that right now, you are living on purpose and receiving the very breath of life from the entire universe. It supports us completely. And that you are returning that very same breath to all who you come in contact with. Feel this power, feel this peace rising up within you. Just feel the glory of this circle of life that we are all a part of. Overflowing into space, wherever you are, just imagine the circle of life and how expansive it is. Can you feel that peace today? This is the peace of who you truly are. Stay with that. Stay with that knowing that this is the peace. Don't let anything permanently disturb you. It will pass. This is your birthright, right here and right now. It is all of our birthrights to be here together and to continuously find that perfect place for ourselves in this circle of life. Let us remember we are inherently joined together. We can never truly be separated. So breathe that in. And just give thanks for all that is. Give thanks for this beautiful day, this beautiful night, for the glory of all the good of God that is the truth of our being, and for knowing that we are moving in the perfect direction in our lives. And so it is, my friends, and so it is.